Cyber law is any law that applies to the internet and internet-related technologies. Cyber law is one of the newest areas of the legal system. This is because internet technology developed at such a rapid pace. Cyber law provides legal protection to people using the internet. This includes both businesses and everyday citizens. Understanding cyber law is the utmost important to anyone who uses the internet. Cyber law has also been referred to as the law of the internet. There are three categories of cybercrime: crimes against people, crimes against property, crimes against government. Crimes against people usually occur online that affect the life of actual people. Some of these crimes include cyber harassment and stalking, distribution of child pornography, various types of spoofing, credit card fraud, human trafficking, and identity theft. While crimes against property is online crimes that happen against property, such as a computer or a server. These crimes include DDoS attack, hacking, virus transmission, cyber anti-post squatting, computer vandalism, copyright infringement, and IPR violation. On the other hand, crimes against government is when a cybercrime is committed against the government. It is considered an attack on that nation's sovereignty and an act of war. Cybercrimes against the government include hacking, accessing confidential information, cyber warfare, cyber terrorism, and pirated software.
As the world progresses with the modernization of technology, every country is exposed to cyber attacks and cyber threats almost every day. So what they do is they make whole new laws to protect themselves from this attack. For example, Article 15 and 22 of Colombia's Constitution recognizes the right to privacy and data rectification of every Colombian citizen as a fundamental right for them. And Law number 1581 of year 2012 is regulating data processing and databases. Also for Law number 1266 of year 2008, where it regulates financial and credit card processing and databases also. So in Colombia, if anyone or any organizations is found guilty with committing cyber crimes, there are two types of sanctions that they can be charged upon, which are administrative sanctions and criminal sanctions. As for administrative sanctions, the criminals can be fined up to 2,000 Colombian pesos minimum monthly legal wages, or they can be suspended temporarily up to 6 months, and any operations involving the processing of sensitive data will be closed immediately. While for the criminal sanctions, according to the criminal code, for anyone who obtains or anything that is related to the illegal ownership of personal data or databases and uses them for personal use or third-party use, they can be sentenced in jail for 48 to 96 months, and in addition of that, they can also be fined for 1,000 Colombian pesos minimum monthly legal wages.
Cyprus adopted a national cyber security strategy in 2013. It includes a commitment to update key elements of the legal framework for cyber security. Cyprus has also been working toward the establishment of a National Computer Emergency Response Team, CERT, which was expected to be operational in 2015. The country has also been taken an interest in sector-specific approaches to the management of cyber security, with a potential focus on the energy and financial services sectors. And now, Cyprus has now fully transposed Directive 2016 on Security of Network and Information Systems, the NIS Directive, through the Security of Network and Information Systems Law of 2020, the Cyprus NIS Law, which came into force on 12 August 2020. The Cyprus NIS Law creates a framework for security of network and information system in all critical information infrastructures in Cyprus, and enhance the island state's existing capabilities of handling and responding to cyber attacks. Cyprus also has the Digital Security Authority (DSA) and Cyprus Computer Security Incident Response Team, that are responsible towards adoption of national cyber security and provide security services. The Cyprus NIS law identifies 4 types of operators and providers falling under its ambit, which are operators of essential services, critical information infrastructures operators, electronic communication providers, and digital service providers. Under the Cyprus NIS law, critical infrastructures comprises the assets, system of part thereof within the territory of Cyprus, which are essential for the maintenance of operations of vital importance for society, health, security, the economic and social welfare of citizens, and the interruption of the operation or disruption of which would have a significant impact to the state as a result of an inability of maintaining this operation. In terms of information requests, the DSA is empowered, amongst the others, to request information regarding their network and information system security, including their security policies from the 4 types of operators and providers falling under its ambit that we just discussed earlier. The DSA has the power to impose administrative fines up to €200,000 for any infringement of the Cyprus NIS law, as well as fine up to €10,000 each day of the infringement persists. Infringement for any decision or regulation could result in administrative fines up to €300,000 and €400, as well as additional fines up to €200,000 where the infringement persists. On the other hand, Cyprus NIS provides inter alia for criminal liability that consists of high fines and imprisonment of up to 3 years towards the criminal. It shows that Cyprus is serious in enhancing their cyber law. As a conclusion, Cyprus is among of those countries improvising their cyber security infrastructure year by year with a very comprehensive cyber law security strategy building blocks and framework.
Now let's proceed with Costa Rica. The government of Costa Rica has enacted criminal legislation entitled Penal Code, where it amended by the Costa Rican Cybercrime Offence Law 1948. The specific and regulation related to the cybersecurity also have been enacted through the tree of law, which is the first one, Law on Protecting Individual Personal Information. The second one, Law on the Certificates, Digital Signatures and Electronic Documents. And the third one, which is Law on Registration, Seizure and Examination of Private Documents and Intervention in Communication. These are some of the cyber laws that have been enacted according to the law that I have just told. The first one is Article 229, which is about computer sabotage. This article talks about the breach of database and unauthorized operation of manipulating the information management system. Next, Article 196, which is about violation of mail or communication. This article talks about the unauthorized access or intercept to the third-party person, which is the people, in their conversation or communication through social media. The third one is Article 217, which is computer fraud. This article talks about a person who uses a computer to take or alter electronic data or to gain unlawful use of a computer or system. Lastly, which is Article 196, violation of personal data. This article talks about a person who breach or access the personal information of the people in the country and use or edit it for some purposes. Now let's move to the punishment or fine that can happen for person who committed the cyber law that I just told. For Article 229, which is computer sabotage, the person who committed the crime will be sentenced for 4 to 8 years in the jail when the person who in charge in the system. Second one, the employee of the system itself did the crime. The third one, used the secret information system that lead to the public. The fourth one, unauthorized person who access the information system. Next, for Article 196, which is violation of mail or communication, the person who commit it also will be sentenced 4 to 8 years in prison when follow this condition. First one, the unauthorized people who in charge in intercept the communication and delivering the document. Second, the people who give support, which means provide the medium for the communication between the people. Next one is Article 217, which is computer fraud. The punishment will be from 5 to 10 years from the crime that have been made, no matter whether the person is the person who in charge in managing the system or the unauthorized person itself. Last but not least, for Article 196, which is violation of personal data, the person who commit the crime will be punished from range of 4 to 8 years in prison, when first, the person that does the crime was in charge in managing the personal information. Second, when the information stored in the public. Third one, the intruded information pertains to a juvenile or a person with a disability. And the last one, the person who manipulates the victim's ideology, religion, belief, or health.
To compare between these three countries, Colombia, Costa Rica and Cyprus, we can use the NCSI or the National Cybersecurity Index, where this index is used to measure the capacity of cybersecurity that are implemented in the central governments. If we take a look at the diagram, we can see that Costa Rica is in the first place out of these three countries, followed by Colombia and Cyprus. For global cybersecurity indicators, in categories of cybersecurity policy development and education and professional development, between those three countries, Costa Rica leads for the both of the sectors. Meanwhile, for sectors of cyber threat analysis and information, Colombia is the leader among those three countries. But if we take a look at the aspect of contribution to global cybersecurity, all three countries are at the same level. For baseline cybersecurity indicators, Cyprus leads in two sectors, which is protection of essential services and protection of digital services. Meanwhile, for e-identification and trust services, Costa Rica once again leads the way, but in protection of personal data, every countries, Colombia, Costa Rica and Cyprus, are equal. As for incident and crisis management indicators, for sectors of cyber incident response, Costa Rica leads the way once again, but for cyber crisis management, all three countries are equal at the same level. When fighting against cybercrime, Costa Rica is the most advanced, followed by Colombia and Cyprus. Meanwhile, for military cyber operations, Colombia is ahead of Costa Rica and Cyprus.
Next, we proceed with Dalil Akli and Nakli. So, the first ayat of Quran, which is from Surah Al-Isra, verse 70, means that, and we have certainly honored the children of Adam, and carried them on the land and sea, and provided for them of the good things, and preferred them over much of what we have created, with definite preference. This verse told us that every person have their own rights and should not be violated by any means, in this case, violation of personal data. Next, the second proof that we can get is from Surah An-Nisa, verse 59, where the meaning of the verse, which is, O believers, obey Allah and obey the messenger and those in the authority among you. Should you disagree on anything, then refer it to Allah and His messenger. If you truly believe in Allah and the last day, this is the best and fairest resolution. This verse told us Muslims to obey Allah and Rasulullah, and also to obey the leaders or the lawmakers. So, according to this verse, anyone who commits whatever crime, in this case cybercrime, is considered not obedient. Last but not least, the third verse, which is from Surah Al-Anfal, verse 60, with its meaning, which is, prepare against them what you believers can of military power and cavalry to deter Allah's enemies, and your enemies as well as other enemies unknown to you, but known to Allah. Whatever you spend in the cause of Allah will be paid to you in full, and you will not be wrong. These words tell us to be prepared for any attacks coming from whatever that we might not expect. Just like how certain cyber terrorists or cyber criminals prefer to do their work anonymously. To wrap up our presentation, there are some conclusions that we can make, which is the first one. Every nation needs to improvise the infrastructure of their cyber network. Next, the evolution of technology today results in the increase of cyber crimes all around the world. Moreover, due to all possible connection between every person, the data protection and integrity are required for users to grow safely and securely without the need to worry about their data. Nevertheless, all people must be aware of the importance of cybersecurity in our life. In conclusion, with cybersecurity infrastructure and framework can cause harm and big loss in many sectors such as government, economy, education, military, and many more. And that's all from us. Thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.